All right, folks. The 2026 NFL Draft is over. So, clearly, we got to talk about the draft in this video, and I got one other thing to talk about, and that's for after I rattle off and give my opinions on these notes! I got notes! By God, I've got notes! So let me go ahead and rattle off my notes! And I will tell you what I think. In the 2026 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Makai Lemon, wide receiver, University of Southern California. Eli Stowers, tight end, Vanderbilt. Markel Bell, a tackle from Miami. Cole Payton, a quarterback, that's a very interesting pick, from North Dakota State University. Micah Morris, a guard from Georgia. Cole Wisniewski, a safety, Texas Tech. Uar Bernard, defensive tackle. They got him listed as an edge. So defensive tackle or edge, whichever one you want to say. The International Player Pathway Program. This man is from Nigeria. And Keyshawn James Newby, a defensive end from New Mexico University. All right? So again, we got Makai Lemon, a wide receiver out of USC. Eli Stowers, a tight end from Vanderbilt. Markel Bell, a tackle. There's a Miami product. Cole Payton, a quarterback. Cole Payton, a quarterback out of NDSU. That's North Dakota State. Micah Morris, a guard from Georgia. Sweet Georgia. Cole Wisniewski, a safety from Texas Tech. Y'all were begging for a fucking safety. Well, we got it. Don't worry. The Eagles, fucking Howie and the Eagles have got your fucking back. Uar Bernard, a defensive tackle out of the International Player Pathway Program and from Nigeria. And last but certainly not least, Keyshawn James Newby, a defensive end out of the University of New Mexico. Now, folks, I distinctly recall, here we are again, folks. I distinctly recall in my pre-draft ponderings video for fucking 2026, did I say, or did I not say, that the Philadelphia Eagles, in my opinion, needed to play offense in the draft? What did I say? What did I say? Come on. The Philadelphia Eagles, you got to play offense in the draft. The Philadelphia Eagles, you need fucking wide receivers, and you need offensive, you didn't draft any running backs, but okay, but I'm sure you knew what you were, I'm sure you know what you're doing. But what did I say? What did I say? What was the main point? The main point, and you did draft one wide receiver, and you traded for a couple of more. So you got a pretty well-stocked wide receiver room as far as I'm concerned. We'll talk about that. We'll definitely talk about that. I said, play offense in the draft. Did I or did I not? Play offense! And what did the Eagles do? Exactly that. They played offense. Folks, I've been saying this over and over and over and over and over again. I suggest things to the Philadelphia Eagles organization. I suggest some things to the Philadelphia Eagles organization. And typically what winds up happening when they do those things, they wind up having a winning season. In one case, when I suggested what they do in the draft, they went on to win the fucking Super Bowl. I think that right there speaks for itself, folks. So the way I see it, there are three possibilities. Either one, I'm lucky. Either I'm lucky. Maybe I'm just lucky. Maybe it's pure blind luck. Maybe it's utter fucking chance. Or maybe I'm on some Damien shit. You know what I'm talking about? You know, supernatural, psychic. Ooh. Maybe I'm on some fucking Damien shit. And I'm psychic and I can like pre-intuit what the Philadelphia Eagles are going to do, and I can pre-intuit what the result of that will be. Or maybe some of the sorry about the cough. I recently got over being sick. I was fucking miserable last weekend, but the third, maybe some of the higher ups in the Philadelphia Eagles organization watch my shit. I'll just let that roll around in your heads, all right? Either I'm lucky, and it's pure fucking chance, or I'm psychic, and it's pure fucking magic, or maybe some of the Philadelphia Eagle higher-ups in the Philadelphia Eagles organization, most notably Howie Roseman, Jeff Lurie, and Nick Sirianni, watch my shit. Maybe. I'm not saying they do. I'm not saying they don't. I can neither confirm nor deny. Maybe. And I think the Philadelphia Eagles made some goddamn good choices this draft. Not only in drafting a wide receiver, but making moves for a couple more wide receivers. We drafted a safety. And you know, the Philadelphia Eagles even said, like, I follow their YouTube channel and they posted in their community and they're like, hey, heard y'all wanted a safety, and they showed Jesus Christ, what was the man's name? That safety we drafted. They showed Wisniewski, the safety, and the fact that they drafted Wisniewski. I mean, that's more a case of the fans spoke and they listened. Maybe. Because I didn't mention anything about a safety in my pre-draft ponderings. I mentioned wide receivers and I mentioned running backs. And while you didn't draft any running backs, I'm pretty sure that you knew what you were doing, birds. And that being said, you followed the vast majority of my suggestions. And I have a feeling that that's going to result in a damn good season. And honestly, the new offensive coordinator, remember, we got us a new offensive coordinator, Sean Mannion. And I think that he might have had a finger or two in this pie. I think. I can't prove that, but I think he might have had something to do with the draft picks that the Eagles made. And I think that the Eagles made some damn good picks. Those picks being, I'm going to go over this one more again so you got it in your heads. Makai Lemon, a wide receiver out of USC. Eli Stowers, a tight end from Vanderbilt. Markel Bell, a tackle from Miami. Cole Payton, a quarterback from NDSU. Short of the quarterback room because it's the most dangerous position in football. you know, by all means. I mean, we got Jalen Hurts, but what if he, you know, what if he gets injured? God forbid. Micah Morris, a guard from Georgia. Cole Wisniewski. Don't ask. It's a Polish name. These. Oh, jeez. I don't know. Fucking cops. These Polish names, you can't. You can barely say them, and you can't fucking spell them. You know, it's like. It's like, oh, hello, I am Stanislav Wojcicki. I am a Polish person. How do you spell that? I don't know. Nothing against the Polish. I fucking love the Polish. But Polish names are hard, man. Uar Bernard, a defensive tackle from Nigeria, coming into the Eagles through the international player pathway. And Keyshawn James Newby, a defensive end out of New Mexico. One more time because I went off on that fucking soliloquy about Polish names. Micaiah Lemon, wide receiver, USC. Eli Stowers, tight end, Vanderbilt. Markel Bell, tackle from Miami. Cole Payton, quarterback, NDSU. Micah Morris, guard, Georgia. Cole Wisniewski, safety, Texas Tech. Uar Bernard, defensive tackle from Nigeria, coming through the International Player Pathway program. And Keyshawn James Newby, defensive end, New Mexico. Again, solid picks. Now I'm going to talk about the whole A.J. Brown situation. Folks, I hear that well, not that they're gonna, but I hear that they might, maybe, perhaps, be trading A.J. Brown to the New England Patriots. That's the rumor. That's the rumor. It hasn't happened yet. And I'm hearing arguments from both sides of the fucking fence. I got people bashing A.J. Brown because apparently, you know, they're saying, oh, he doesn't want to be here. He intentionally dropped those passes in that playoff ball game. He intentionally screwed up. He this, he that. He doesn't want to be on this team. Let him go. Let him go. And right on the other side of the fence, we got, no, wait a minute. No, A.J. Brown's good. You know, he's this, he's that. Don't trade him. He's a monster. He's a beast. He's this, he's that. Folks, I got two things to say. First and foremost, as an Eagles fan, I root for, it says it on my shirt. See? Who do I root for? Philadelphia Eagles. All right? I root for the team. All right? I root for the whole team, not just individual players. Sure, I've got, you know, my favorite players on the team, like Jalen Hurts and, you know, fucking Graham Sacker and Jake Elliott, of course, world-renowned kicker. But, you know, but see, for players that aren't on the team anymore, like, I used to really like Michael Vick. I didn't condone what he was doing with dogs, but he was a good quarterback. But when he left the Eagles, I didn't leave the Eagles. When a player leaves the team, you still root for the team. You don't go where the player goes. That's not how this works. So, like, I might, you know, some point down the line get a Jalen Hurts jersey or a Jake Elliott jersey or a fucking Saquon Barkley jersey, what have you. But you gotta understand, all right? I don't root for individual players. I root for the team for which those players play. I root for the Philadelphia Eagles. Not specifically Jalen Hurts, not specifically A.J. Brown, not specifically Jake Elliott. That having been said, I mean, a lot of people have been saying that A.J. Brown have been saying on social media that he cares more about personal accolades in football and this and that. Folks, I can neither confirm nor deny that. Because I follow, like I said, I root for the team, not the players. So on social media, like YouTube, if social media can be called, or X, I'm on there. I follow the Philadelphia Eagles, not specific, individual players. So I'm not going to sit here and bash A.J. Brown and say that, oh, you're you're nothing, you're this, you're that, you betrayed the Eagles, and No, I'm not going to bash A.J. Brown and rant and rave about how he's not wanted on the team. But at the same time, I'm not going to outright praise him either. Because facts are facts. During our Super Bowl run, he was great. He was fucking phenomenal. And I don't know what happened between then and now. But this is why in an earlier video I said we don't need to take A.J. Brown off the team, maybe demote him to the second string for a bit and have a veteran wide receiver kind of show him how it's done and give him his groove back a little bit. Because whether you love him or hate him, he's been slipping. I don't think that's cause to kick him off the team, at least not yet. But I'll be keeping my ear to the ground, and I'll be keeping an eye on Brown. Keep an ear to the ground. I'll keep an ear to the ground and an eye on Brown. All right. I'm not going to sit here and advocate for his being kicked off the team. All right. But I'm not going to say that, oh, he's the GOAT, he's the best in the world, and he's this and he's that. Because in terms of quality, he's been slipping. All right? So, I agree, he's been slipping. But at the same time, y'all can take all that A.J. Brown slander and jam it up your ass. Because frankly, I'm not entertaining it, because frankly, it's like a bandwagoner on a smaller scale, right? And like instead of a whole team, it's for an individual player. When A.J. Brown was up here and he was doing good, you guys were all for him. And now that he's down here, kind of, in the dumps a little bit, he's been slipping, you people are calling for his fucking head. You people want him traded. And frankly, I don't think that's what needs to happen. If it happens, it happens. I won't necessarily agree with it happening, but if it happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, then, fantastic. We'll build him up as best we can. We'll develop him. We'll try to pull him out of the fucking slump he's in, regardless of whether he put himself there on purpose or not. And that's where I stand on the whole A.J. Brown issue. I mean, yeah, he's been slipping, but I think he can become good again. So you're not going to catch me slandering him. You're not going to catch me saying, you're not wanted on the team and this and that. But I will be keeping a bit of a closer eye on him. And we'll see what happens before the trade deadline. And, we'll see. We'll see. We do have a stacked wide receiver core, so I'm not overly worried. But again, fucking hackles are up. I'm keeping an eye on it, and we'll see what happens. And that having been said, that's all I've got to say about this video, about this draft and the whole A.J. Brown situation. Solid picks overall. Can't wait to see what these guys produce. And I will, of course, be going over the preseason, and I will, of course, be going over, of course, regular season playoffs if we make the playoffs. That goes without saying. And long and the short of it, I'll see you in the next one when they unveil the schedule. I've decided to roll the opponents video and the schedule into one this year. So I'll see you when they reveal the schedule, and we'll do a little bit of that. All right. So fly, Eagles, fly. I will see you in the next one. Go Birds, and take your AJ Brown slander and jam it, because I'm not fucking interested. See you in the next one.